What's going on, you boys? It's the Scarlight Squad here again, doing a archetype review of Megaliths that are coming out in the Ignition Assault. It's me, Jules,
And your boy, the Raging Snail.
in a co-op. So,
Yes, we want to talk about the Megaliths right here in our quick card segment.
mainly because we both are a big fan of the rock typing, and this is the first rock type attribute. Archetype that I know. I just wanted to keep going.
You're good.
But it's the first actual archetype that's decent and pure rock.
Yes, and interesting that they're all rituals, and artwork's amazing. They kind of like ritual summon themselves. A couple of them are quick effects, which is kind of cool. So not only can you ritual summon them, but you can also ritual summon other ritual monsters.
Yep.
And that's pretty much the first effect of all of them, where you can
ritual summon. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add one megalith. Oh no, are you doing that one?
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much the standard megalith.
During your main phase, you can ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand. You must also tribute monsters from your hand and/or field, including this card on the field, whose total level equals or exceeds the level of the monster you summon.
And that's pretty much the second text for all of them. Like I said, some of them are quick effects, so that'd be really cool. But for each individual card, why don't you start us off with Orfeel?
Orfeel is level 4, rock, 1625, which is kind of a fat wall.
They're all walls, 4. I believe.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense for them being rocks.
If this card is ritual summoned, you can add a Megalith monster from your deck to your hand, except itself.
Pretty good.
And then the generic one effect we've got next is Megalith Haggith. He's 1326, so he's a fatter wall.
Damn.
If it's ritual summoned, you can add a Megalith spell or trap from your deck to your hand.
And then this is the one I like the best. I think this is one of the quick effects, but it is
one of the
main effect.
Its main effect is if it's ritual summoned, draw a card, discard a card. So it's like Mothman, but it's run upon summon. But its ritual summoning effect is a quick effect, so you can do it during the main phase, so it doesn't even have to be your main phase. Yeah, it just says the main phase.
That's awesome. It's good they're level 4. And since they're also rock, you can search it with that new Xyz that just came out, the Gallant Granite, thank you. And then let's go into the 8s. Tell us about this one.
So, I love the names.
They're all great. I think they're based... Aren't they based on like some...
They're based on gargoyles.
I thought they were like Olympian gods or something.
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture? Okay.
But the
either way, they're awesome.
They're gargoyles. That's what they are based off of appearance-wise. They're essentially all statues coming to life on monoliths.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Faleg is a level 8, 25, 12.
Not bad.
And its first effect is you can discard this card, ritual summon one Megalith monster from your hand. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal or exceed the monster you summon.
Interesting.
All the level 8s are discard effects to ritual summon.
Oh, yep.
While the level 4s are on field. So that's the main difference. So you can discard a level 8, ritual summon a level 4, then use a level 4 to ritual summon a level 8. But this one's also effect is monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense for each ritual monster in your graveyard. Essentially, it's all ritual monsters, so your graveyard's going to be stacked, and it makes everything bigger.
It's not bad. I hope that would help later on in the game.
It's better late game, not early game. This is a more control type deck.
Interesting that one has higher attack, but looks like this one and this one, that's the only one with the greater attack. Alright, what's this one? Bethor.
Yep.
Oh, I like its effect. Read it out loud for me.
If this card's ritual summon, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in your graveyards and destroy them.
That's nice.
It targets, which is a downside. Yeah. For example, Marincesses, as long as they have their field spell up and equips, they can't be targeted. And Salads also have issues with targeting because essentially this does nothing to Salamangreat. All they have to do is banish their Link 1 from the grave, and then all of their cards can no longer be destroyed.
Well, it is nice though that if you have 3 rituals, you could blow up 3 cards.
Yep.
I mean, you'll probably have one, so it's
Well, no,
nice to
in your
have.
grave, the whole deck is rituals. So essentially,
Yeah,
you bring this out by getting rid of 2 ritual monsters, and therefore you
2 cards.
automatically
It's nice.
get 2.
All right, let's do this one. Ranthon. Ooh, that.
Aranthon
Look at that.
is the quick effect, so you
Yeah.
can, during the main phase, discard it as a quick effect to summon 1 Megalith ritual. That's the difference. The quick effects
Ah.
all say Megalith.
Yeah. So you can't bring out like Chaos Max
Yes.
or what's a simple what's an old school
Well,
ritual?
you can't.
Blackluster Soldier.
Blackluster Soldier, you can't bring
Yeah.
out any Necros.
Yeah. Oh, 4
Or
Necros players.
Gishki.
Kishki. Wow.
Or
There's
Shino Birds.
Shiner Birds. I feel like would actually work with the lower level ones because
Not
they
well
would
with
give
the
you
higher.
tokens.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Um,
True.
But this one's effect is when an opponent monster activates an effect that targets.
And it's a quick effect.
You can place 1 ritual monster from your grave to the bottom of your deck, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy. So essentially, it's a negate and destroy. But if you can't negate, you don't destroy, and if you're destroyed during the negation, yeah. But it still is a decent effect.
I like the recyclability aspect of it, but I feel like that kind of takes away from the other guys having rituals in your grave.
That's the whole point, though. The whole deck is supposed to recycle itself while also filling a grave up, so that way you can, maneuver and manipulate.
Well, they are rocks. All right. Ooh, they have some spell and trap score.
So,
Let's go over them. Is
The
that a field
It's
spell?
a field
Look at
spell.
that.
It's
Awesome
Megalith
artwork.
Portal. And the first time each ritual summon monster would be destroyed by battle, it is not.
That's nice because it's each ritual monster.
So essentially, if you have a monster with equal attack, you can crash, and their monster will be destroyed and yours won't.
I never thought about that. That is thank you for pointing that out.
For example, like if they were to use like Utopia Double, or if they were to use Utopia the Lightning with double, it essentially makes it so your monster's not destroyed during the attack.
Alright. And then if you do bring out a Megalith monster,
you could target 1 ritual monster in your grave and add that to your hand.
See,
so
I like that better than going back to the deck. The negation's nice, but I like this more.
The reason I think the deck is fine is because literally the deck searches itself.
Right.
And if you're playing this deck, you're playing, you're going to be playing incantations.
Possibly.
If you're not playing incantations, your deck will be slow.
I mean, I don't really think they have anything to go off with besides incantations. So I agree with you there. I hope they can abuse Block Dragon. That's like the number one card that's like, alarming in my mind right now.
There's also the elemental lore that's Earth that you can play one of.
All right.
You just need 5 Earth monsters in the grave exactly, and then you special them.
The field spell is not that great, but I'm hoping that this archetype will not become OP and numero uno.
It might be the new Necros, who knows?
We'll see. Alright. Oh, we got a trap.
This is a continuous trap. You can only use its effect once per turn, and that's a hard once per turn.
That is.
You could target a level 4 or lower you control. Its level becomes double its original level until the end of the turn, so essentially you can activate this during your opponent's turn, use its effect to increase the level of one of your monsters on the field, then activate one of the quick effects to either tribute from field or discard from hand, and then special summon one of the rituals during your opponent's turn by only getting rid of one of the level 8 monsters you just created. So it allows you to essentially do that. So essentially, like your opponent activates an effect, you use this, bring out a level 8, bring out the negation, like.
Yeah. Interesting that it says level 4 lowers. I wonder if you play this at FAs at all. It doesn't say Megaliths.
It doesn't even have to specify a Megalith
That's
level
kind of
4,
nice.
which is kind of why I want to build it with my build.
It'd be nice. I feel like it's just a one-off, though. I don't think you'd play.
No, it's a 2 of.
2? Alright.
Well, in my build, it's a 2.
Oh, okay. Alright. Ooh, another continuous trap. Immersion.
And it's immersion, and this is the better one, is you can target a Megalith monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense, but place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field.
Oh, I'm totally fine with that.
This is the better one because, again, you can activate it during your opponent's turn to bring out a quick effect, use the quick effect, ritual summon, essentially, and then when that monster goes to the grave, it goes to the bottom of the deck.